Go down there to the pool room, a beer joint, and anybody come down there and wobble a little bit, oh, public drunk, take them over there and lock them up. And they knew, most of them knew who they worked for. Like the Tyler Farms had a bunch, probably 40 or 50.
And most of these workers were black, though.
Yes, they were.
Were they? I thought they were.
Yes, they were.
Okay, but anyway, go on with your story.
They were taking advantage of it just a little bit, but anyway.
Now, if you're drunk, you're drunk.
You're
black
right.
or white.
But they worked hard on them farms down there, and the big farms, and all week, and they got a little bit of excitement coming out on weekends, come up to the, they had some names, that old joint down there, kind of rough. I've been in there a time or two, but they would put them in jail and then call the landlords, on Sunday night, and they'd be down there on Monday morning and pay off. They paid their fines, and they'd go to work, and the boys didn't work they worked 2 or 3 days in for nothing, paying their fines. Landlord take care. Tyler Farm had 40 or 50 hands down there at work.
Really?
And they didn't many of those white guys get in jail like the colored boys did. But
that doesn't mean that they weren't getting drunk.
That's right, too. But that really happened. And that's the way it was, and that's what happened.
Let me ask you a personal question. You grew up, and I certainly don't mean any offense when I ask this, you grew up in America at a time when the treatment of blacks was really different, and how folks looked at blacks was really different.
You might be right.
Now, if I'm wrong, you steer me clear, you steer me right. How did you view all of that? Because you could have easily just sort of said, well,
okay,
just the way it is.
No. I developed and drawn an opinion and a viewpoint, and it wasn't as good as it should have been, but I'm going to tell you exactly how it was. My granddaddy had black people work for him. My people kind of looked at them as a minority group, and it wasn't as smart maybe as it ought to be, and they were not hardly equal to white. Now, Robert, I don't mean to say nothing bad, but now I'm going to tell you, my community out there did not have any black people when I was growing up that lived as the white people did. If a black people, one man I know had one, he had to live out there in the water shed with a one-room block building, and he worked for him. But the white people always had the thumb on them and restricted them what they could do and whatever. They couldn't.
Isn't it a pity? You don't know what I'm talking about yet, but I'm gonna tell you soon.